don't really know, yeah, you don't really know, yeah, you don't really know just how much you mean to me.
Guys, the song is mostly done, and I'm so excited to share it with you because I have been working on this for the last 3 weeks, as you guys know. For those of you who haven't been following along, I'm going to be spending the next year going through a new song each month where I answer the song. Now, the reason for me doing this is because we hear all of these musical perspectives, but we never get to hear the other side of the story. So for example, we have Adele's Hello, but we don't know what the other person's hello feels like. We don't know the other half of the story. And so for the next year, my goal is to answer these unanswered songs. We started off with this song by Ariana Grande, We Can't Be Friends.
We can't be friends, but I'd like to just pretend.
And in my last few videos, I've been asking what everybody would like to hear moving forward. So the two options were Hello by Adele.
Hello, it's me.
And ABCDEFU by Gail.
ABCDEFU.
And I left it for you guys to decide about which song to do next, and the clear winner was Hello by Adele. So in a little bit, you're going to be seeing videos that say I wrote an answer song to Hello by Adele. And for those of you who don't want to miss out on that content and you want to see how I go about the production, the writing, the understanding of that song, make sure to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on that upload. And if you really want to make extra sure that you're one of the first to see it, turn your notifications on so you don't miss as soon as it goes live. Now, I am going to go through a summary of everything I've done to build the song that you're going to hear today, which is my answer song to We Can't Be Friends.
You don't really know, yeah, you don't really know, yeah, you don't really know just how much you mean to me.
So I will summarize the production side of things. I'm also going to summarize the writing side of things. I'm going to give it all to you in this video, and then I'm going to show you the final reveal. But before I get into that, for those of you who want to see the full extent of the production, that's part 1, which you can watch over here. And that actually dives into how I'm going to make the song sound. What is it going to kind of feel like? Are we going similar to the original song? Are we not? All of these questions you will get the answers to in that video, because that is the part 1, the full production side of things. Moving into the part 2 video, which was the lyrics, and it was the story, understanding what was meant by We Can't Be Friends and how the person might have felt. Like all of these questions, if you want those answered, you can watch part 2 over here. And for those of you who just have thoughts that you'd like to share with me, your input, things that you would love to see from a channel like this answering popular songs, leave it in the comment section. I'm making it my personal mission to respond to each and every comment, so your thoughts will not go unnoticed. I'm still a small enough channel that I can interact with each and every one of you. So let me know in the comments your thoughts, your feelings, what you think about this, or any advice that you could share with me to help make these videos even more entertaining. Let's hope they are entertaining already. Let's hop into it. So when it comes to music production, I'm pretty sure there's a ton of people who are like, how the hell does this even work? So I'm going to try and explain this to you in the most simple way that makes it easier to understand, but at the same time also express the thoughts and the depth and the intensity that actually goes into what you're seeing unfold. To start off with, you can see that I'm busy with these blue and purple boxes. I know it's on a time lapse, so it's pretty fast, but what I'm basically doing is I'm trying to edit it to find a perfect balance. And you'll notice whenever you see my productions, I color code everything so that I know what I'm referring to. By that I mean all the high noises that are harmonies above the main sounds, I color code those similarly. Then with the bass, I color those a certain color, and with the drums and the beats, I color those a different color, and the melody has its own color. And I color coordinate it so that while I'm doing it, it's easier for me to see what I want to edit and what I want to deal with. And what you're seeing here, like I said, is the beat. These different beats are made up of like a drum, some of it is like a synthesized drum, there's also a shaker going on in here, and there's one that you didn't see me edit over here because I did it before, but this together creates a balanced sound. And I'm busy editing the shaker's volume. I'm also editing how intensely I want the sounds to kind of go up and go down. I want them to change in volume. I want that expression to be fluid, right? So that's what you're seeing me finding the balance of here. I'm not going to show you through the whole song. This is just a portion of the chorus that you can see me editing. And don't worry, I will let you hear how this sounds, as in the beat alone, so that you can hear it and understand what I'm going for. But essentially, we want to balance all of these out so that we can have an all-round good sound. And that's what all these different levels are and all these different settings I'm looking for are. It's all to help the goal of having this balanced sound. Okay, so you're about to hear the beat, and if you like it, don't forget to hit the like button on this video. Before we get into everything you're seeing on the screen right now, which is really interesting, I want you guys to hear next to each other what it sounds like before I create the right balance. So I want you to listen specifically for the shakers. You'll hear it's quite aggressive before I've edited it, and it doesn't fit in well with the rest of the track. And then I'll play it again with the reverb and with the right velocity. Now, velocity is how hard the instrument is actually hit. You know, so if I take a shaker and I very lightly chick, or if I take it and I full on viciously chick, 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 and that's the difference in velocity. So I've edited all of that, and take a listen. And this is the difference between before editing and after editing. So the last thing about the production that I really want to show you before I actually let you hear the whole piece, and then I'll get into the lyrics and the story that I wrote, and then you guys can hear it all in one flow. In the production, the last thing is, I want you to hear how I work with a thing called pan. Now, pan is when we send the sound from one speaker to the other, so left to right. If you're watching this video on your phone, turn your phone sideways and bring it quite close to you, and you're actually going to hear the effects of this pan. This is where I send the sound between different speakers, and I do this to fill the sound up better. It actually makes the song more full, and I actually do this with backup vocals as well when I finish the production of a song. Okay guys, so now I've taken you through a little bit of the production so you can get an idea. Like I said, if you wanted to go watch the full version, that link earlier was there. I'm also going to list it at the end of this video if you want to go into the deep dive of the production. But that's a little bit of how in depth it actually goes. Like, we literally focus on these little iotas of changes, throwing sounds from different sides. Sometimes we even focus on like changing volume as we're going through one noise, just so that it can sound different and sort of be what it needs to be for the piece to work. Now I want to show you what the piece sounds like before you get to hear the vocals and the lyrics that I've put together. So you're just going to hear the song without any of that, but fully edited. Okay guys, so that's the gist of the production. So that's kind of like what it sounds like in the background. Now I'm gonna get into the voice, the story behind this new version of the song. And what I kind of drew out from the original song was this feeling of being neglected. Like, if you listen to how she goes on about the story, it's kind of like she was seriously neglected by her partner. Like, there was no way to get through a fight. You know, she sort of says, I don't want to argue, but I don't want to bite my tongue. She's got this uncertainty about, is she going to actually address her issue, or is she going to bite her tongue? Because it seems that, at least from her story, nothing gets resolved that's beneficial to her. So she's just given up. And that's what it sounds like in the song, that she's given up on trying in this relationship. And I sort of took quite a unique perspective, but one that I think a lot of us have felt in our lives. And that is, you know, there's two sides to the story. And it was kind of like, well, I couldn't speak because of how you were treating me. By constantly ignoring anything I said, eventually I learned to sort of keep my mouth shut, to not get into these stories with you, to not try and find a solution because you always shoot my ideas down, that the relationship was toxic the way it was. You still mean a lot to me. and I do care about you, but this is really difficult for me to process. It's difficult for me to deal with. And I came up with a story that would highlight that perspective. And so it starts off in the first verse going, you always run from a fight. And then you expect me to make everything alright, but you keep me locked up in chains so tight, how could I ever do anything right? Now you're burned out, running on fumes. You blame it on me, but it was you too. I guess you won't really have to choose. I'll be on my way and cut you loose. And that's my sort of answer in the first verse to everything she was saying in her song. Now when it comes to the pre-chorus and stuff and into the chorus, I'm just going to share that with you before I show you the whole song. I'm going to show you from beginning to end right after this little bit and explaining the meaning of this. The chorus goes, I'm not the one that you need to name and shame and blame. I'm still the man you used to know and love. It's not about all these ugly things, and you don't need to publicly shame me. And I guess that's kind of the response that I was sharing with the song, you know, is like, I'm not just at fault. I'm also human, and I'm also tired, and I'm also battling to process what we've been going through. And so it's kind of left in that energy of, I'm not the one to name, shame, and blame. Now, the whole point of the song was to answer the message. It was so that viewers could get the other half of the puzzle, the other side of the coin, which is something that we never quite get to hear of in music. So I'm really excited to share this first one with you guys. I'd love it if you could let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Is this cool? Is it something you want to listen to more of? Do you have recommendations of songs you'd absolutely love an answer song to? If you have, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you all on the next video. I hope that you all enjoy this song.
You always run from the fight, expect me to make everything alright, keep me locked up in these chains so tight. How could I ever do anything right? Now you're burned out, running on fumes. Blame it on me, but it was you too. Guess that you won't really have to choose. I'll be on my way and cut you loose. So cut you loose. I am not the one you need to name and shame and blame. I'm still the man you knew and loved before, but now this love has changed. I should have told you this before. You weren't the problem, it's me, I know. I just lost all of my self-control. Your love can fill an empty hole. I don't wanna believe it's done. It feels kinda right to be the only one. Let it all go and fix what I've done. Life without you just won't be fun. Won't be fun.